a game changer for me has been this getting to places 15 minutes early. I have been on time like a boss for 2 weeks. Welcome to Leaf Notes, the podcast that helps your business take root and grow. I'm Adria Marshall, seasoned business owner and speaker.
And I'm Sydney Mafuka, artist, illustrator, and small business owner.
Join us each week as we take you on a journey through the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. We'll dive into everything from social media strategy to protecting your business.
We'll even answer your burning questions such as, do I need a business plan? Should I form an LLC? Where should I promote my business? And so much more.
Together with our guests, we'll break down these topics into actionable steps, helping you build the business of your dreams.
So whether you're just starting or you're looking to scale, we got you covered.
So go grab your notebooks, your favorite beverage, and cozy up to receive practical insights and inspiration here on Leaf Notes. Let's go make your business dreams a reality.
So
much.
Week of planning. How are you feeling?
Oh my gosh, it's been so great. Has yours been great? Because mine's been great.
I feel like mine's been really eye-opening. I take a long time to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I'm realizing is that I move like.
So let's talk about what you did.
So what I did this week is just I finished timing my process with my commission, except the finishing process, but that kind of got made up for me finishing one of your banners. It kind of gave me an idea of because your what was it, what banner was it, New Beginnings, your New Beginnings bundle banner,
great.
Thank you. That took me 11 hours in total, but that's minus 1 hour and a half that I spent on it sketching because my iPad also timed it, so I got an accurate time.
Yeah.
So that gave me an idea of how long it takes me to finish things, which usually doesn't take me that long with you, but I think it was because I did something really illustrative.
It was beautiful.
Thank you. That took me a longer time, so that was kind of cool to see. And then with my color studies for my client, I was able to see, okay, that takes me 4 hours to do. And I did I timed yesterday, and this is a part that I vlogged, was me packing orders, which was cool. And yeah, that took me long. Well, honestly, making my hoodies, because I made a hoodie order. Yeah. That one, actually, I have, when we're pricing the hoodies, how long it would take me to make it. It actually takes me less than an hour, which is really cool, good. Which, that was really nice. But also, it reaffirms the fact that I need to eventually invest in my own custom package,ing because obviously me drawing on it takes me a little bit of time.
So how long did that take?
So that part took me, I think an accurate timing only because that was when the Xfinity guy came. Okay. So it was a little bit of up and down. And I will say that some of my time was skewed because I'm maybe not as organized as I should be, which I realized plays a part. Because I was looking to spend some time going up and down the stairs looking for my twine that I use to tie things up with. So, but I would say it takes me at least 10 to 15 minutes to draw on the package.
You were thinking 3 or 4 minutes or something.
Yeah,
right?
I was like, because I'm trying to go. I'm going. I'm like, look, we're getting it done. But no, it took me at least 10 to 15 minutes to get that done. And then I also vlogged how long it took me to pack a regular print order. And I was met with the same thing of me not knowing where everything is and being as organized. I'm realizing that maybe I should start taking inventory.
Yeah.
Because I thought I had more of something than I did, or things like that. So that took me about an hour, but I also feel like that could be really brought down when it comes to not drawing on the packaging, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe having some things printed beforehand, although that scares me because people order completely different things all the time. And also I spoil them. I give them paper options. Do you want glossy or matte? So for one of them, I had it printed in matte, but they want it glossy. So I'm like, oh man. So I don't know. But it was really cool to sort of know exactly how long things take, because then I can write these things down and use it to help schedule what I do in a week. So in a day, maybe a full day for me could be doing color studies and making a hoodie and packing that order. You know what I mean? If that takes me or whatever, right?
Yep.
But yeah, that's kind of what I got from this.
That was really interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and just so you know, I did order some boxes. We have boxes for our Valentine's Day bundles. They're so cute. I'm so excited. I ordered them from Vistaprint, another place that you were going to order from. I think it's even cheaper than that. I'm not sure. What's the Vistaprint?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was Vistaprint.
So they were having a sales. I don't know if this is a normal price, but I ordered like 100 boxes and they were like $5 each.
So 100 times 5, so it will fit? No, that's 500? No, how much was that?
Yeah, by 500 bucks.
Okay, but they didn't have like a minimum though, did they?
They didn't have a minimum, but right. So just the more you order, the cheaper they are.
Okay, so I just need to see because like if I ordered a good, and I might not even need. Well, boxes would be really nice, but I might not even need boxes. Maybe if they were like poly mailers.
Yeah,
like
those were a lot cheaper too.
Yeah, because that would be.
Oh, and plus, I mean, cut you off, but plus the boxes that I got were a little bit more expensive because they allowed me to customize the inside and the outside.
But I like that. That's cool.
They look so cute.
Because imagine, Mom, I guess like the good thing about the boxes that you already have is that like I guess you chose them because they're really eco-friendly and durable. Is that why you chose the boxes that you use from Uline?
Oh, yeah. I chose those because they are like the foldable ones. You don't have to use tape on them.
Oh, so on these ones you will have to use tape?
These you'll have to use tape. I think I would see when we get there. So this is a little different. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely making me think about would it be nice just because the boxes that we use from Uline. What?
To have your own EcoSlay boxes.
But they're a lot more expensive. The ones we get from Uline with our discount and everything, just like $1 each. So these are considerably more expensive. So something we'll have to give eventually to make it all happen. But these are really, really cute. So it's making me thinking about that. Make me think about that more often too.
Yeah, I think it's like when I start seeing other small businesses sort of do it, you start to realize like, wait, maybe I can, there's no reason for me not to really do this too.
Yeah, we can think about it.
Yeah. So, and plus now that I'm timing things, I'm like, I want to get faster at certain things. Like, because I'm like, if I'm going to scale, why is it I can't take me an hour per each order because then in a day, like if I'm pulling a 12-hour shift, that's only 12 orders getting done,
not sustainable.
which is not. No. I mean, to be fair, what I've seen people do instead of like making everything at once, they'll like let's say I have like 10 hoodie orders. I've done this before. They'll make all the hoodies in one go, and then they'll pack everything in one go, which I guess would make things go faster than just like single-handedly just making something.
Yeah, it's like an assembly line sort of situation.
Yeah, so maybe that would be better. Kind of like how the shipping team is. Like we're not just like pumping and packing immediately. Right. It's like already there for them to be in that flow state of just doing the same thing.
Yep.
So maybe that will also help. But I know that having custom packaging would be super cute and professional. And I could just start out with like 50 and I would that would last me a good amount of time, honestly.
And keep your eye on Vistaprint. They always have bomb sales. So for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So what did you learn this week?
Yes, it was such a good week for me on a couple of fronts. So I had already made a lot of progress last week. I was really excited. This week, I timed how long it took for me to do my emails and social media. And I had budgeted an hour each. It actually took me less than an hour for both of them, which was interesting. But last week, I know that it took me, I didn't time it exactly, but it was like close to 2 hours to do emails. I think that kind of fluctuates just depending on what's going on. But social media is only taking me, and I think it's because, shout out to Damara, my lead brand ambassador. She's amazing. And she knocks out a lot of my social media DMs and things like that for me. So it took me like maybe 5 minutes to go through social media. So I do think that going forward, I'm just going to budget maybe 30 minutes for social media and then a couple hours for email. That's what I learned, just to be safe.
Also, if you did your emails every day.
But see, on Mondays, I don't.
Oh, because of the weekend, right?
The weekend, right. But yes, that is a takeaway too. That I do need to budget, and I do need to do it. I need to just have it on the calendar for every day, 30 minutes email.
Just go through them.
Yeah.
And also, you know what's funny?
What's that?
You get so many because you also have someone like my sister. Shout out to Hannah. But you also have someone doing your email. So imagine if you're answering all of the emails that you get. Like,
Yeah.
It could be way worse.
But the thing is that the ones that she leaves for me are the ones that require me to think things like Winnie the Pooh, right? So they're not just quick and easy ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is why she's assigned them to me. But on that same side, or I guess the flip side of that, is that the emails I'm left with are like, they're not just routine things that I'm doing that are mundane and boring. They're things that are actually like filling out an application for this or whatever. Things that are like moving the business forward. I can see purpose in, which is nice too. So that was good. So timing my emails and social media, that was good and eye-opening. Then a game changer for me has been this getting to places 15 minutes early.
You've been doing really
I
good.
am so freaking punctual. Like, who is she?
Oop, there you are.
I was on time for church this week, and that never happens. And that's even with Alice's shenanigans. We were still on time for church.
That's so good. You were stressing too. That's the funny thing though. You were like so stressed that morning. I remember you.
I was stressed, and the great thing about it is that and this I know I'm doing it right. So you guys have to try this if you're trouble being late. So when you start getting into the rhythm of this, you trick yourself into thinking that you have to be there 15 minutes ahead of time. So I was cracking the whip, like we're gonna be late, but really late was still early.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we ended up getting to church at 11:10 and church starts at 11:15. So I'm mad because we're late, but we're still early. So it was great. So it was just like how I had thought it would be, the shoot for the moon and you hit the stars sort of situation. As I have been on time like a boss for 2 weeks, and it feels amazing. And I haven't been early enough to where I have time to play a game of chess, but I am early enough to, like yesterday, this was so great. So already because my mom had a doctor's appointment. So already they're telling you to be there at 1:10 for a 1:45 appointment. Early. But my goal was to be there even 15 minutes ahead of time of that. I was going to do it.
You were going to sit there.
They said be there at 1:10. I was trying to be there at 1. Okay.
That's fair.
So I tried to pick up your grandma. I was late, but that's okay. I tried to pick her up at 12:30. Got there at 12:41. But we were sitting down in the waiting room at 1:11.
Look at you go, because like you shot to be early, so you were.
And then I had time to answer emails while I was there, which was great. So then last night I didn't have very many to go through just to wrap it up. So yes, it's been so great.
And I bet it's like you're not as stressed.
I am not as stressed. I'm getting a lot more done. I feel a lot more prepared and ready for things and put together. And I've had time to make sure that I look decent all week too. And shout out to my stylist for giving me like little tools and tips here or there, because I'm killing the blazer game. Let me tell you.
And your matching set today is really cute. It's so the way it fits. I wish.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Looks so comfortable.
Thank you. It is comfortable. So yes, it's been a really great week.
That's so good, especially because you're very admirable already with the amount of things that you're able to kind of juggle, from being a mom to being like a daughter that takes care of her mom, which is so, look at you go. And then being an entrepreneur on top of that. So now this being early thing, it like makes it look like a very polished present.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And what's helping too, even though this wasn't part of it, but what's really helping a lot is going to the gym.
I bet, because I've been slacking. But what I did hear about going to the gym is that there's a lot of principles that you learn that you can apply to your own life, whether that is just pushing yourself further, you know what I mean? And having that discipline. It really does teach you discipline. And it also, I think it does I'm not sure what it's called, but it's supposed to be putting you in a really good mood for the day as well.
It puts me in a really good mood. Also makes me not feel like a slug, because it forces me to, I'm not going to drop off Alice in my pajamas, right? So I'm actually getting dressed, and plus I've got some really cute workout outfits, so that helps. So putting those on, and then not coming straight back home, but going to the gym, and it's like I feel like I'm prioritizing myself. I'm literally prioritizing myself, which makes you feel good anyways. And then because I'm starting to see results so quickly too, then that's why, so like I look better, you know.
You feel better.
I feel better. I come home and I eat better because you don't want to have been in the gym for an hour, hour and a half, and then come home and eat crap. So I'm eating more intentionally, you know, drinking a lot more water as well. So yeah, it's good. It is all really good. I am just enjoy. It's been a really great week.
Oh, that's so good.
I know.
I'm so happy.
I'm happy for me.
Yay.
And I really give credit. You know, I can't talk to people who aren't listening to this podcast. I'm only talking to people who obviously are. But people who are not listening to this podcast, they should really be listening, because some of these tips that we were saying, they are really beneficial, like real-time beneficial. And it does not take a lot of effort to put them into practice and start to see results, which I love.
Sure.
Right?
Because, you know, moving your body doesn't even have to be the gym. Like sometimes I roller skate in the driveway, you know,
right.
And that's like moving your body, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
It makes a big difference.
Yeah,
little things, and like timing your tasks, because your mind plays tricks on you, and you think you're not spending as much time as you really are, and just the feedback loop of how being more productive, but like in a responsible way. Like it's not like you're pushing yourself harder; you're just being smarter and having the information about how long something's really going to take so that you can plan better. And so like figuring out why you were stressed out, because it's not like you were being lazy. You just weren't, you know, you didn't know. And because you don't know, you're like frustrated, you know, so just peeling it back and seeing like, oh, I thought this only took 3 minutes and it's taking 20.
Yeah.
So if I have to pack 3 orders in a day, it is taking like a lot longer than I think it is taking, you know?
Yeah, it really allows you to give yourself credit where it is due, instead of like trying to get so much done in a day and like almost even sectioning out the A task and the B task, right?
Yep.
You're trying to get a lot of stuff in the day, but maybe you got a whole bunch of B stuff done, which is still like great. You got stuff done, like you're productive,
but you didn't need to do it.
Yeah, so now like then you still feel guilty at the end
because you feel guilty.
You didn't get the A's done,
or that you didn't get enough B's done, which really were, or you thought they were A's but they're B's, and so now you're beating yourself up over something that obviously doesn't need. So you're beating yourself up for not getting something done that you want to get done, but you're not really beating yourself up for not getting the thing done, because the thing really didn't need to get done. So if you can beat yourself up for the right reason, so you can make some really good improvement, but don't beat yourself up over some fake thing that's not really important. And I was listening to somebody's podcast or something. If it was Jess, that podcast episode with Jess was so good, but she said something like there's not as many glass balls as you think there are. Like there are way more plastic ones. Yeah. Right?
There are.
Yes.
You know, and I think like when she mentioned, like, because the episode's out, go give it a listen if you haven't.
Oh, so good.
But like mentioning that your glass balls are like your health. It's not that meeting. It's not that meeting, or it's not that task. You know, like a lot of work tasks can be put off if need be, if it's for like your health, your family. Like your glass balls are those things that like that matter the most, which is literally like your vessel, you, because you wouldn't be able to get the work done if you weren't healthy.
Because she said it was like your health,
your family.
It's
other stuff too, okay?
But they are like, actually important things.
Yeah, and I think we, as a society, put a lot more weight on work than there needs to be, you know, like I think it's a trap, and I think it's unhealthy, because you know, when you even look at a 9 to 5, like let's just be realistic, sitting at a desk from 9 to 5, or let's say 9 to 5 plus a 1 hour break if you get one, it's still a long time to be working. That is a big chunk of your day, you know what I mean? So when you look at it that way, I wish that we had I think the cool thing about being an entrepreneur is that, like, yeah, you can have those long days, but then you can also balance it out and be like, okay, now I can also have days where I have hobbies. I kind of, because now that I know my schedule a little bit more, I'm like, okay, so if I'm able to pack some of these things into maybe like a 4-day work week instead of a 5-day work week, right? Then I have more days to maybe like draw for myself, and I have more days to maybe like learn more about my plants, or like do things that I like, or go on a hike. And like, because I feel like it isn't as like ingrained in us, at least as a Western society in the United States, to go out and like have hobbies and do things that we love, and have hobbies without monetizing it, by the way.
Right.
You know, like just do things for the sake of it being fun.
Right.
So I think like this experiment of us learning about how long it actually takes us, and is really a knowledge is power moment. You know what I mean? Because now it's a way for us to like take advantage and take control of our lives.
Yes. Absolutely. Well said.
Yeah.
I love it. So let's just leave it there. And you guys let us know in the comments things that you're putting into practice. If you are prioritizing better, being honest with yourself about what's really a glass ball and what are a bunch of plastic ones. If you're timing your tasks so that you can have like concrete information on how long something actually takes. And if you're trying to get places a little bit early, or whatever methods you're doing to try to be on time, we would love to hear about it. So excited for this year. And it's still January. I think this is going to air in February. But for us, it's still January. So it's great to be putting these type of practices in place so early in the year.
For sure. January has felt like a long month. Has it felt long to you?
It's been productive to me.
It's been productive. Like, I feel like there's been a lot of time. But maybe that's just because January, probably, given the hustle and bustle of December,
probably
January always feels a little slower.
Yeah.
But
good stuff. Have a good weekend.
We are on to week 2 of tracking our time and seeing how long things actually take us. This week, I worked on finishing up a banner for my mom, which took me 11 hours total, which means that minus that 1.5 hour last week that I tracked, it still took me 9.5 hours at least. So that's kind of nice to know, because I feel like that's on the longer end of how long it will take me to finish something for my mom banner wise. But that was really, really good to know. And then also I did some color studies for a client, and that took me about 4 hours to do. So I know that when I do color studies for client work, I can expect that to take half the day if I want to get other stuff done that day. So it was really good to know. I feel really good about it. And now it is currently around 12:25, 12:30-ish. Actually, let's get an actual time. It is 12:28. So right in the middle of what I just said. So I am about to make and pack a hoodie order, and I want to see how long that will actually take me to do, because I kind of have that mapped out to an hour, but I want to know, is that accurate or not? So I'll be back to update you on how long that actually takes. It is 2:53 and the package is all packed up. I will say that it definitely took me longer because our internet's out, so the guy came, and so I had to, tend to that. And also, I lost my twine that I normally use to wrap people's packages and stuff, so I spent some time looking for that too. But I think it feels like a lot of time when I think about allowing 2 hours to package something. So I do want to speed that up. And I know eventually, as we discussed in previous episodes, I want to get my own custom packaging instead of just like drawing on each one. So hopefully I know that will speed it up substantially to where I could probably make a hoodie and completely pack it in 1 hour. But yeah. All right. So it is currently 4:00 and I am going to go ahead and get into some of my mom's work. I have a lot of things due on the 1st of February, so I want to go ahead and get the ball rolling. So my mom is coming out with, my mom and her business partner is coming out with this app called Curl Compass. And so I'm designing some of the graphics and stuff. So I'm going to give myself 2 hours to come up with some ideas for the graphics and everything, just so I can get started on that. And yeah, and hopefully then, I don't know, then I'll feel good. Yeah. It is a little bit past 6, and yeah, I think now one of my final tasks that I'm going to do today is I'm going to pack up an order. It's just a print order. I just need to print it. And I just got some ink that came in, which is why I kind of postponed it from when I did my other stuff. So I'm going to get that done. And hopefully that means that I'll have some time tonight to just draw and do stuff for myself, which is so good. Yay! It's been approximately an hour and I'm done packing. And the only reason why it took me an hour was because of other discrepancies in the process. But normally, if I had everything printed and ready to go, packing up an order would take me much less than an hour. But I think it's good to just know that I need to allot that much time, even though I think one of my goals will be to sort of bring that down a little bit, because what if I start getting more orders than just like a couple at a time or whatever? Like, I think it would be nice to be able to work fast and get more orders out. But I think this is also showing that I need to take time to prepare in this area of my life to make things more efficient and faster. Because a lot of times I'll mess up my timeliness, or I'll mess up and slow myself down by not really knowing where anything is and all of that. So maybe just like organizing and finding a way to like really get a good flow will help me in the future. But overall, you know what? We got it done and I'm proud. And those orders are going out tomorrow. So yeah. But I think I'm going to end it here. I'm going to write down all of my time and stuff, and we'll discuss it tomorrow when Mom and I catch up. So I'm pretty excited to see what conclusions she's came to and to discuss mine.
Hey y'all. So I am happy to be planning with you guys today to share updates actually from the last 2 weeks, because fun fact, I recorded this video last week to incorporate some of my lessons learned about timing my tasks and writing my good things that happen each day. And when I got to send that over to my podcast editor, found out that you guys couldn't see my planner. So I'm recording this video again, but I've already started putting some things into practice that we already talked about, but we'll just go through it all. If you can see my planner from 2 weeks ago, you'll see that things that I was working on was arriving 15 minutes early, and that's been really, really great. So I put stars by the events that I specifically want to arrive 15 minutes early on, and that's been working really, really well. Things that I did not incorporate previously were timing my tasks. So I would estimate how long I would think a task would take. You can see that down here at the task is towards the bottom, but I wasn't timing them to really see if that was accurate. So that's something that I started putting into practice, and so I'll share more about that. So fast forward to last week, I did time my task. So it was really enlightening because emails, I have it down here at the bottom. I'm not sure if I did, but emails, I think I was giving myself, let's see if I had it over here at all. The emails, I was giving myself 1 hour to do, and it's really taking me 2 hours to do that. Social media, on the other hand, I say 1 hour, it's not even really taking that full hour, but I kind of round up to an hour, but it's taking more like 10, 15 minutes, because one of my brand ambassadors helps me out with social media DMs and comments, and she does such an amazing job that it's not taking long at all. So to be honest, what I could do is I could lump email and social together and make that 2 hours together, and that would be more accurate as an estimate going forward. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, just so we have some good lessons learned here, I'm going to do that. Well, that's fine. I can cross it off anyways. But I'm going to say 2 hours together because that's more accurate. And we'll time that again this week to see how that goes. One thing that I want to do this week also is answer emails every day. If I were just to take even 20 minutes to answer emails every day, then it wouldn't be such a bear. Because what I usually end up doing are I take these 2 hours to answer emails on Monday, and then I won't hit them again unless there's a specific email that I'm looking for until maybe Thursday, and then it's another full hour. Whereas if I would just take 20 minutes a day, that would be a lot more efficient and less overbearing. So that's a lesson learned that I'll go ahead and put that down to when I get to next week. But overall, it was a really good week. Oh, and something else that I wanted to incorporate that I did was to write down the good things that happened. So you see it in this column over here, it says good things that happened. I was really good about throughout the week jotting those things down. So I'm going to cross these off, these good things, just to give myself credit for that. But I'm going to keep that as something to be mindful of throughout the week. So it's really helpful for me having these stars at the events that I want to be early on or early for, and then having the good things reminder as well. One thing that you'll notice again, and I noticed this the previous week as well, there was only one item that I had to carry over from the previous week to last week, and one item, the hair quiz updates that I'm carrying over from last week to this week. So I feel a lot better about my efficiency, that I'm budgeting my time more appropriately. I'm happy if you see, although I only went to the gym one time because I had a lot of morning meetings this week, which I need to do a better job of blocking off my calendar. I really have got to get better. Something's got to give, because what's happening is that I want to work out in the morning, but at the same time, I want to have my meetings in the morning to give myself flow time in the afternoon, and something's got to give because I can't just have all my meetings from 10 to 12. Well, maybe I can and just spread them out more. So that's one thing. So I'm going to try. Let's just go over to next week or this coming up week and put these things in focus. So what I'm going to try to do is to have meetings between 10 and 12. Meetings 10 a.m. to 12. So that's something I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on, of course, timing my tasks and good things. And then one other thing that I don't need to put good things down there. I'm going to put that as, I don't think to put time in my task, actually. I'm going to just remember to get my stars going. But one focus area that, as far as something I really need to get done this week, is my Valentine's prep. So we've already done quite a bit of that, but I really need to hone in on getting the sale ready and making sure the banner is ready to be uploaded. So that final prep I need to do. But I'm going to focus again on each day, make sure that I write down my good things. I'm going to put that in red again because that really helped me focus on it. So good things each day. I'm going to write that throughout. And any appointments that I have, any meetings that are not at my house, I have to actually get up and go to, I'm going to put the red stars by those again to make sure that I get those done or get 15 minutes ahead of time for those. And I'm going to really try to schedule my meetings from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. All right, so what I'm going to do then, I'm going to move all my tasks over from this previous week to the current week. And I am going to put my meetings on the calendar. And then I'll be back and we can block plan together and make sure we have all of our items that we're going to work on in focus. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okie dokie, guys. I am back. I have moved my tasks over from the previous week to this week. So let's make sure that we do what we said we are going to do. So we'll make sure that we're going to acknowledge our good things each day. And you know what? I do think, although I said I wasn't going to do it, just so that I can remember, I do think I'm going to put for this week's focus good things. Just a little extra reminder. Alrighty, so now here we are. Also, what I want to make sure that I do, as I was telling you guys, I want to make sure that I do email and social each day. And that way we can just bang it out. So on Monday, I really should do it early. I'm not going to the gym tomorrow. So why don't we do this right at 10? I'm going to say email. So let's have 2 hours in social. So we'll do that. Let's make this blue. Okay, email and social. And then what I'm going to do is every day I'm going to try and be like Yoda. There is no try, only do. I'm going to do email and social every day just for 30 minutes. And that should be all it takes. So we'll do email and social and just building these good habits. This day is going to be jam-packed and tough to do. We can find some space to do it down here. Like right here. Email and social. Oh, Friday. Fridays are hard. Am I going to do this on Friday? Am I really going to do this on Friday? I am not. So that is fine. We're not going to even do it. But we are going to do a good job of doing it throughout the week. And I'm going to make it a focus item. If I can move some things around. Here we go. Email and social daily. Did I misspell that? There we go. That's a good reminder. All right. So now let's do our block planning. Valentine final day prep. Well, first let's just see. What are my A's? Do you know that I saw that I did not do this allure item and it was an A, and I hope it's not too late. So we are going to hope it's not too late. That's me one. Valentine's prep. That's me 2 hours. Log and review my C's. I need to do that because I am not convinced that some things that I say are C's are really C's, and C's are my things that are really unimportant. And I think I need to review those. That should only take an hour. Waste management, recycling. I'm going to give that a B. I had previously given that a C. That should only take an hour. If they had hair quiz updates, I really want to do that, but that's not a necessity. 2, my taxes for my foundation, that's probably going to be a 3 because I don't know what I'm doing. Adding this to Avery's task list, that's not a A, but it won't take long. Complete the growing plan, that's still a B. Planning my IG lives for February, that's a B, but I really want to do that, considering that we're in February. All right, doing Era's letter of recommendation, that's going to be an A because I meet with her this week and I want to have that done. Plan podcast through Q1, I'm going to give that an A because we need to plan the podcast and the episodes for the rest of the quarter. Adding lead time and train time to my hiring plan. That's not too important. Visiting Sprouts, I really want to do that, but that's a B. Quiz for consultation, that's a B. Okay, here we go. January reflection, that's an A. Putting essence and these things on calendar, those are B's. Sam, registration, that's a B, but it's an important B, but aren't they all? Okay. Merchant fulfilled products, that's a B. That's probably going to take me 2 hours. Review eco beta competitors, I'm going to say, that's still a B. That's 2 hours. Add eco beta emails to Klaviyo. That's a B. Follow up on my TikTok shop, that's an important B. Eco beta confirmation page, that's a B. And redoing my avatars, man, that's a B too. Is that really a B? That's a C. Make sure that there are no more C's here. These are all really B's because I'd be lying. Let me go back and see other things that I said were C's and see why I changed them. Ecobetter confirmation page, quiz for consultation, redoing avatars, taxes, waste management. So why am I upgrading these things? I should not be doing that. There's no reason to. I just get overly ambitious. So we're going to call this a C. Just like we did before, we're going to call this a C. And adding those emails to Klaviyo, we're going to call that a C. Because it is. Just because I want to do it does not make it a B. I need to quit upgrading my tasks like I told myself. I'm telling you guys, this is a testament too, because, one of my action items for 2 or 3 weeks ago, I guess 2 weeks ago, was to quit upgrading my tasks. And I thought I had gotten better because I had a whole bunch of A's before then that should have been B's. But here I go again with a whole bunch of B's that should be C's. So let me just go through this. Put those on the calendar. SAM registration, merchant fulfilled, reviewing EcoBeta competitors, waste management recycling. That was a C. I made that a B because we really need a larger dumpster. Hair quiz updates. Yes. Okay. All right. This is fine. So now let's go and get these things on the calendar. Allure, I need to see what's up with that because I hope I haven't missed the deadline. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. When am I going to do that? Tomorrow. Even though I don't usually start working until 10, I feel like in this case, I need to be looking that up at 9 just to make sure that I'm not missing a deadline. And then just go ahead and get that done. So I am going to do that here. Allure, and we're doing tasks in blue. Okay, it's 1 hour. Valentine's Day final prep. Course going to be over on Tuesday anyway, so let's do that. How many hours I give that? 2 hours? That sounds great. So from 1 to 3, Valentine's Day prep. It's good. Just make sure all the ducks are in the rows. Logging and reviewing my C's. I do need to do that just to make sure. C's. One thing too, you guys, you'll see that I went ahead and for the meetings and events that I would tend to be late to, I put stars by those. So 15 minutes early for Avery's one-on-one. 15 minutes early for gymnastics. Let me put this in green. 15 minutes early for our podcast recording. 15 minutes early for my meeting with Wendy. And 15 minutes early for this meeting with Sydney on Thursday. Those are events that I would usually be running late for or be there just on time. So we're holding myself accountable. Got that on the calendar. All right. So where were we? We did log and review C's already. Where's that? There they are on Wednesday. Great. Erin left a recommendation. I want to do that before I meet with her. So at least if I could have that done there. So let's do that on Wednesday. Erin's letter. Plan podcast. Me and Sydney meet on Wednesday. Is that Wednesday? That's Thursday. So even though it's going to be a late night, I think we should just knock that out there. Oh, you know what? We may have time after our podcast recording to do that right here. So I'm going to put a note to do that right here. And then January reflection, which I need to do before I forget what happened in January. So why don't I do that tomorrow? And January was a good month. Okay. You know what? There's some more bills. I need to just double check that I paid all the bills that I need to pay. So why don't I do that here too? And that needs to be done just to do a double checky. Okay. All right. So we are making good progress. There were a couple of these I wanted to get done. Waste management, recycling. And I wanted to check in with them to see if I can get me a bigger recycling dumpster. So let's do that here on Wednesday. Then there was another B that I really wanted to get done. I think it was the hair quiz updates. Hair quiz updates, yep. Do that right here. Okay, and I'm going to end up with some extra time because during this meeting with Nima, I have time to get things done. So let's see if there's anything else I want to try to do. Where's my taxes? I could wait. Growing plan, IG lives, I can plan those out. Where is the one about my 3-year strategy? Did that fall off? Let's see what happened to that one. There is 3-year strategy for all verticals. I accidentally dropped that off. Well, I'm going to put that back on and I'm going to get that done. So let's do that. And that should not take me long because I've been spending a lot of time thinking about that anyways. So hour, and we'll do that when during this NEMA meeting. 3-year strategy. Okay. All right, so I think we are at a good place. This is good. Oh, my SAM registration. That's another one that if I have time during this NEMA meeting, I want to knock that out. Let me put this down here. Let's do it because I've been wanting to get that done. SAM registration. That'd be such a good accomplishment if I get it done. Okay, so now let's go and let's give myself the focus areas for each day. Focus area for Friday is going to be my 3-year strategy. Focus area for Thursday is going to be planning the podcast. For Wednesday, blah, 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 I would say it'll be Aaron's letter recommendation. Great. For Tuesday, it's going to be Valentine's Day prep. And for tomorrow, it's going to be, oh, Lord. Okay, so I think we are in a good place. My week, of course, is packed, but it's not jam-packed. And the good thing is I'm going to have all these A's knocked out and just left with B's and C's, which is going to be really refreshing heading into a sale week. So I feel good about it. So to recap, most important things. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I want to time my email and socials just to see if my theory is correct about if I spend about 30 minutes a day, then that would make it easier. So I'm going to put a note here to time these. Great. So we're going to time email and social to see. I want to validate on Monday that it still takes about 2 hours to do both of those together. And then the rest of the week, see if 30 minutes will knock those out. That's going to be great. Still working on being 15 minutes early to those meetings and logging my good things as they happen. There you have it. Talk to you guys soon.
Thank you for listening to Leaf Notes. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and drop a like and a comment letting us know what your takeaway was. And if you're just listening, head over to social media after taking a screenshot and tag us letting us know what your takeaway was. If you want to give us a rating, head over to your favorite podcast app and give us a 5-star rating or let us know what you think. This will help us connect with more business owners and creatives just like you. And with that being said, we hope that your business takes root and grows, and we'll see you next time.